Hey there everyone. Today's guide is covering the few means we have of teleportation and translocation in Vintage Story Update 1.20, from repairing and using a broken translocator early on in your journey, to the certainly useful but quite difficult to obtain Terminus Teleporter and Base Return Teleporter. When it comes to translocators, they're not something that you can make yourself. You're going to have to find one broken within some ruins. Rarely on the surface, but quite commonly underground. Once found, to repair a broken translocator you're going to need 3 temporal gears, or only 2 if you started as the Clockmaker class, and 2 metal parts, which are quite commonly found discarded in piles on the ground in any ruin that you might find a translocator in. First, apply the 2 metal parts to the translocator, and then follow up with your gears. Through a quite simple process, you now have a working translocator. To use it, you need only stand on its pad for a few moments. But first, you should prepare yourself for where you might end up, and understand where it is that you will be going. The translocator, once activated, will immediately generate another working translocator somewhere between 400 and 8,000 blocks away from the first. You are most likely to end up in another cave, potentially quite deep in the ground. You should have a light source at the ready before you step through, preferably waterproof. You should have a pickaxe to dig yourself out of any untraversable area it may dump you, and you should be prepared to face any manner of beast on the other side that you are likely to find. The caves have become considerably more hostile in this new update. Once you feel prepared, step through and see what's on the other side. After a little work constructing a safe entrance and exit on either end, you are now the proud owner of a hopefully considerable shortcut through the world. The next item for your consideration is the Terminus Teleporter. This is a fairly late game item that requires many rare materials to construct and uses temporal gears as fuel. However, it does offer a considerable convenience and is a nice addition to one's home. Once constructed, placed, and fueled, upon use, the Terminus Teleporter will immediately bring you, with no limit on distance, to the exact spot that you last died. You will of course have to face whatever was the cause of your death if it remains there, but even so, beats the hell out of walking and can definitely save your things if you're really having to race against the despawn timer. In a similar vein, our next item is the Base Return Teleporter. Quite expensive to make, but offering a simple, though significant, convenience. Upon use, the Base Return Teleporter will return you to your currently set spawn point, with the only caveat being that the item is single use, marking it really as an item only to be used for returning from the longest of journeys. All you must do to make use of one of these once made is place the device firmly upon the ground and activate it. If you ever happen to make your way back to the spot that you used it in hopes of retrieval, you'll find only a fried husk of the contraption left behind, with nothing of use remaining to be salvaged. Now, slight spoilers ahead for something a part of the new story content. If this is where you stop, then I hope some of this was of help, and I'll catch you next time. Otherwise, the last item to speak of is one I've admittedly yet to fully grasp myself, the rickety translocator. The schematic for its construction I imagine to be obtained as a reward at the end of the newly added story content, similar to the glider schematic awarded to the player for clearing the resonance archives. I've fiddled around with these for quite a bit and have yet to be able to get results from them. And with there yet to be any documentation for them to be found elsewhere, I only have a few educated guesses to offer you as to their intended function. These, as of yet, do not seem feature complete. I believe they have a unique part or two that may not yet be available, and when they are placed in the world, they cannot be broken outside of creative mode. My hope is that these are intended to be the foundations of an expensive and later game custom teleporter system, where you can set these up and through some means manually link them for long-range travel. I could be off base on this, and if any of you happen to know more about these than I have been able to figure out, I would certainly appreciate you sharing the info. If, when the stable version releases soon, these are in more working order, or more clear information about them is discovered, I'll put out a quick video better detailing them specifically. That's it for me though. I appreciate you sticking around, and I'll catch you next time.